emancipation, and the question I'm going to develop will try to explain this matter I've just named. We all know that nowadays leaving our homes and becoming free is a red-hot issue because of the economic crisis we are going through. In fact, it causes many concerns to the population, and that's why we are all trying to work hard on it, so it will eventually be wiped out. Well, going back to the beginning, as it has been said, the emancipation of young people, and not that young people, is being risen, the taxes are increasing, and this is why I've chosen it as a subject I'm going to talk about, because it does concern us and our future is closer than what we think. More and more often, young people try to stay at home for longer periods of time, and they do this in hope that they can avoid having worries and dealing with house matters they should think about if they weren't living with their parents, from the water to the food and going through the furniture. Oh, and we also cannot forget that it all requires some money that the present-day youths do not have. So here we can see the two causes I've just already named. And the later one is the one I'm going to talk about now. So therefore, on one hand, we have the young people, and on the contrary, the parents who receive the direct consequences of this new society that they are not used to. But we may have to consider not referring to them as the victims, but the ones who partly have caused this late emancipation. I'm talking about something you may not know, and it refers to the fact that many parents, especially mothers, pamper their children, so as they think they won't get hurt. It is called parents babying their children, or being overprotective. But the real question is whether the parents are really protecting their children from worries and headaches, or if making their children the apple of their eye is causing parents to bring up hopeless people who won't be able to get by in their life. When these children grow up, they are so much used to taking a mile when you give them an inch that this role play is never ending until everyone realizes it doesn't work. So this is the third cause. Finally, without neglecting the main subject, the emancipation, I'd finally like to say that even though the economic situation in part does not help us become free, we should all start taking care of ourselves and not be waiting for someone to help us. Despite the freedom we are entitled to, we know that our parents will always be there if we need some help or someone to give us a hand, but we must not be dependent on the others, because if so, we won't go anywhere, and at least for me, this is not my purpose. And here we can see an image where it's shown that there's a mom who is overprotecting his or her children. Well, here it says, overprotective parent never lets its children alone. And that's all my presentation.